Welcome back to Skidmark Sim Racing's Racing League. It's raining buckets in Monza. The soaking wet track, in fact, some would call the weather extreme wet, faces our drivers today, the worst challenge of the season, or the best, if you're coming out on top here in the rain at Monza. Del Real's on pole, and we're off. Early action down the straight as our racers struggle just to brake in the rain. Now we're under full safety car for a restart. That's Wheeler in the Acura, dodging some actions through the second chicane. In early action, the second chicane, that's a McLaren off in the runoff.
Lotus, 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 72. Lotus, Lotus, Lotus,
See
72.
Dylan Base Bliss wiggling his way off the straight in the first corner. Kevin Garcia behind, crashing through the barriers, trying to find traction in the wet on that runoff road. Can't quite keep the Audi braking in the straight. That's Van Ackeren off the road.
Foi convidado pra participar na sua condição de campeão mundial. Na nossa praça de esportes, Interlagos, na nossa capital, São Paulo, terra da garoa. Com calor
Wheeler through the runoff. The first the gravel, then the grass. Likely other cars to follow, but for now, everybody's through.
foi dada a largada.
That's Lemberger moving slow with damage as Wheeler just makes his way around in the wet. The drivers are nearly blind here in the mist at Monza. Cars come out of nowhere very quickly. That's Wheeler deep. Here's your view of the drivers at Snag, seeing a late spot on Edwards, clips Edwards as he goes around in the first chicane. Edwards is through relatively unscathed, but now battling Primo behind and Del Real behind that. Small wheel under braking into the second chicane. He's alright. Piazzolla coming up on Sam Westlake. Braking in the first chicane, gets around the outside, switches it back in, he's gone. A masterclass of wet driving from Piazzolla in that first chicane. That's the BMW of Diego Del Real looking to get past Michael Primo and catch up to Austin Edwards. And into the first chicane. As Primo sideways in the braking zone, just clips the back of Del Real, sends them both around. Into the wall for Skapski under braking, just misses Piazzolla and Miller. And that's Austin Edwards on top for race one. Diego Del Real just behind Primo, bringing up the bottom of the podium. That contact between Primo and Del Real sealing a victory for Austin Edwards, allowing him to run away and stay away from Del Real. We're into race two. We see Harris on pole, having finished the previous race in the pits with damage. Our 20th place finisher, Base Bliss, rounds out the first row. And we're off. The mist clouds grow as the green flag flies. Harris leads the field away. Weaving in the wet from a few cars. Minor contact behind. Oh, sees Miller. Oh, no, he loses under braking. He collects... Is that Strife? Yes, he's collected Strife. Edwards off track as well. Narrowly dodged by Mitch Crowther. And Edwards comes around again, grabs the inside of Crowther through the first chicane, and he's through. Harris having spun early into the first braking zone at the first chicane. Base Bliss leads the field away here. Oh, it's early contact from Base Bliss and Alexander Eck. Westlake and Skapski also making contact. That's Garcia off in the background. Wilson over the curbs. The drivers are struggling with this rain. That's Miller blinking out of nowhere back on the track, already around. Oh, that's the back of Wilson comes out of the mist. Edwards slams in. Skapski loses it under braking, collides with Del Real. Now we're under full safety car for a restart. It sees Wilson, Del Real into the pits for repairs, followed by Miller, followed by Strife. After a safety lap, the field is off again. The mist flies. Harris having finished poorly, now seeing a P5 in the order. A good recovery. It's slightly drier conditions than our first race, but still so wet and treacherous. It's a small contact appears between Edwards and Skapski, collects Wilson behind as Flores around just through the Ascari chicane. Oh, chaos under braking for Wheeler. He collects Harris in the first chicane. Nearly collects Williams as well, further down the field. Jacobs and Lemberger battling corner after corner. That's Jacobs deep through Lesmos 1. Oh, Harris loses it under braking this time. He hits Primo. Primo appears relatively okay, popping the curbs in the Ascari chicane. Small contact from Primo and Del Real. Not enough to send Del Real around this time as they appear up on Lucas Wheeler. Del Real past Wheeler now. Michael Lemberger going deep in the first chicane. Almost had to pass out of it, but instead, contact with Satterfield, who nearly collects Pianazzola. Broken steering from Satterfield and straight into the wall. That's Jacobs off. Through come Del Real, Primo, Lemberger, albeit the short way. Crowther behind. After a chaotic pair of races, our results, second half. And yes, you saw it. That's Pianazzola on top. Del Real, another second place this weekend. Primo, another third place. Consistent performance from both drivers this weekend in the rain. And our standings, Del Real's on top. Crowther, P2, Zoltan Polik rounds out the podium. But Pianazzola and Edwards are close behind and chasing a podium.